So I normally start these videos with an intro. I'm still going to do an intro, but I've not got the license for the music I used to use, so I'm going to have to beatbox instead. So here we go. Right, I'm back. I'm so sorry I've left it so long to do a video, and it's overdue, so it's about time I do one, and I'm back. Here I am. I'm going to basically give you a quick update on where I'm at, cover a few things. I've written a list here, so if you see me referring to this, it's because I'm trying to not go on a tangent on this video. But to give you an update, this is how much I've lost. A whopping just over 11 stone I've lost in total, including the liver shrinkage diet. I think it's important to keep that. And wow, I mean, I knew I was going to lose weight, but I didn't think it'd, one, be this much weight and this fast either. I'm a stone away from my target. I'd want to be about 15.5 stone. But I know that last stone is going to be the hardest to lose. It has slowed down. If you look at the thing, I'll pop it back up again. If you look at the graph, it's just gradually leveling out. I expected that. It makes sense that would happen. I also haven't been as on it in the last sort of 2 months as I was before, and I'll go into that. Nothing bad, but I'll go into that in detail in a second. But positives wise, I've got so much more energy. I get a lot out of my days. I can be busy all day and not be as exhausted. I sleep really well. I don't nap as much. Generally, I'm better at work. I can get through the day better. I'm a lot more alert. I'm a lot more on it. I can do the physical work that I sometimes have to do a lot easier. So there's some kind of work I do where I work out of a sound bag and a boom, like they're called, documentary style. Those days just fly by for me. It doesn't affect me. I'm carrying all this equipment and it doesn't bother me. Whereas before it'd wipe me out. So yeah, it's transformed my life in that sense. And in day-to-day things, like I can run upstairs. When I was staying in a hotel on the last job I did, I used to have a room on the 6th floor of the hotel room, and I'd just deliberately take the stairs and I could run to the top of 6 floors, get to the top and be completely I wouldn't even be out of breath or sweating. I just that's it. I can just do that now. That's never been an option. I'm so much faster. I'm like a gazelle. It's unbelievable. Yeah, and that alone is just worth it. Clothes fit me better. I buy clothes that one of the things I wanted to do was buy clothes I enjoy wearing. I can go into a shop and everything's an option. I can wear large t-shirts, waist 32 on the jeans, which is just I used to be waist 36 when I was on the biggest, and I think the biggest shirt I ever owned was 5XL. And I'm now wearing large and 32. That's just insane. And I just didn't realise how fast it would happen. I had my operation in July the 12th. I had my operation in 2022. And it's just the beginning of 2023 now, and I'm a whole new person. It's unbelievable, really. I honestly can't put into words how big of a change it's made. I do want to cover fairly thoroughly the changes it has made, including some maybe negatives. We'll start off with them because I like to get that out of the way. It's not a lot, but I do have a few side effects from having the sleeve, and the ones it was always possible to get, and the only one is acid reflux. I have really bad acid reflux if I don't take the medication for it. The medication I am taking is just this Nexium over-the-counter, 1-a-day pill kind of thing. If I'm on that and I take that every day, I don't have any issues. If I miss a few days, I get really bad acid reflux. So I always have to make sure I've got that kind of stuff on me. It's that bad, Rennies and stuff like that don't do anything for me. I have to have these specific tablets to get rid of that. But as long as I stay on top of that, it's fine, and I can live the rest of my life with this new body and this everything else. If I have to take them pills forever, I can live with that. That's absolutely not a problem. It's not a massive problem in the grand scheme of things. And I always knew it was a potential issue. So my surgeon said that that could still go after time. One day my body might just like be fine with it, but at this stage of where I'm at, it does flare up if I don't take the tablets, and that is literally it. The only negative I can think about. There is a lot of like I'd say misconceptions, because I came into this thinking there was it's going to be things I would just never be able to eat and drink ever again, in kind of like the stuff that's made me fat. I should never go anywhere near it ever again. And I'll be honest with you, I can pretty much eat anything. Not that I've gone out and like deliberately ate crap stuff, but I'm a social eater. I have a social job. I have caterers on jobs with me. Sometimes I'm just dictated by what is around me and what I'm going to be eating. I can't always plan my own food, so I just eat things with moderation in mind. And I have had things I thought I would never eat again or drink again, and I'll go through them. I mean, the big one was carbonated drinks. So I thought I'd never be able to have carbonated drinks ever again. It wasn't an issue for me. Like, I was a bit addicted to fizzy pop and stuff before, and I was quite prepared to never have that stuff ever again. But you start trying things out, and I can drink lemonade, and I can drink as much lemonade as I kind of want if I really wanted to. I don't overdo it, but I can get through it. So, but I only discovered that because I needed to find something to drink when I was drinking alcohol, and which I don't do often either. But I started having gin and lemonades, and I'd knock the air out of the drink with a straw and some with ice in it, and it'd get rid of some of the carbonation, and I'd be able to drink that. But then I've recently discovered that I can just have it without knocking the air out. I can actually just drink straight lemonade. It isn't a problem for me. I am surprised by that, and I don't overdo it, and it's only ever a treat, and this is where it all comes in. It's all moderation. But I had a cider one night. It was quite, I don't think cider's supposed to be fizzy in it, but it is fizzy. I don't care what anyone says. Beer and cider is fizzy, whether it's meant to be or not, because I've been corrected a lot of times. Beer isn't fizzy. Yes, it is. It's definitely got air in it. It's bubbles, isn't it? But that's a debate we can have forever, but I'm telling you now, I thought I was never going to be able to drink beer or cider again. And not that I want to drink loads of it anyway, but I could have a pint of Rattler, which is this Cornish cider I used to drink when I go surfing. I can have a pint of that. It takes me longer to drink it, and I'm not having 12 pints of it, but I can enjoy a pint of it. And again, it comes down to moderation. I can enjoy those kind of things and it not be an issue. I'm actually glad I can still have those things, and because my mentality's changed, it's not really going to affect it. It's not an issue. I also get drunk quicker anyway, so I'm a cheap date now. You know what I mean? I don't, you don't need much to get me going. And the other thing I thought I was never going to eat again was bread. No, I probably shouldn't be eating bread, and I agree that like it's not something you should get into eating a lot of again. I don't think you would ever be able to eat loads of it once you've had the sleeve. But I do have bread in my diet. And when you can't eat much because your stomach's small, you don't really want to waste your nutritional values on stuff like bread. There's nothing in it that is good for you. There's nothing in it you need. So why eat it? But I'm a social eater. I'll go out, or I'm in scenarios where I eat what I'm given. And the surgeons and stuff, they all say, they give you guidelines. Your dietitians will say, when you're eating, you should pick out the protein first, eat that, then eat your vegetables, and then eat some carbs if you can fit it in afterwards. I can't live my life like that, picking food. I'm not a fussy eater. I don't want to start separating stuff when I'm out with people. I want good food manners. I want to enjoy the food I'm eating. I want to enjoy what's been prepared for me as a whole. So if that just means, for example, I don't make a habit of this, but if I have a burger, I'm not take it out and then, separate everything and eat it in sections. I'm just going to eat the burger. And I probably won't eat all of it because I can't. But I enjoy what bits I do get out of it. And that's it really, like moderation. And to be honest, I have managed to demolish a whole burger. When I went out with some friends and colleagues of mine on this last job, we went to a burger joint, and I didn't have any fries or anything with it, but I surprisingly managed to eat the whole burger that we went to, and it wasn't small either. So the size of my stomach, it's been a surprise. Some days I'm restricted and I cannot eat anything. Like I can have a small bowl of granola, or I can have like 2 fish sticks and be full. And then sometimes at different points of the day, I can eat way more. It seems I can eat more anyway. And in the grand scheme of things, from what I used to be like, I'm not eating much food, but because you go through that phase of liquid diet, you go through the phase of healing and being careful, I'm more and more surprised what the amount that I am seemingly able to eat at certain times. I just thought I'd be eating starters all the time. And I am probably eating starter portion sized foods, but there is times where I've like eaten food and I've gone, well, I've actually managed to eat quite a lot of it without getting uncomfortable and without hitting my limit instantly. And I think there's a lot of factors for that. One is I eat slower now. I've just changed the way I eat, how I eat. I taste my food, I chew my food, I enjoy it as a whole. I quite like eating with chopsticks because it's slower, the whole process is slower. And I love Japanese food, I'm obsessed with it. So that whole process is just like, you enjoy your food, but not scoffing it down. And the other factor is like different foods have different textures. Like I struggle with like tough meat, so like beef and stuff like that wouldn't go down so well, but like fish just crumbles, and I can eat loads of fish. If you like it's a rare treat I have, but if you have like a cod, battered cod from the chippy, I can eat a whole battered cod, the big one, no problem. But I don't rush it, I take my time and I enjoy it and don't have any chips with it. So there's just like certain scenarios where I'm surprised of what I've been able to eat. But this is where the positive side comes into it. It was never going to be. It was never going to be the one. I don't know. I had it in my head that I would never be able to eat much again. But now I can't. Now I know I can eat a good portion sometimes. It's just about how you change it up here, and it's moderation, and also not beating yourself up if you do have a treat every now and then. Like I'm still losing, and every week I see a loss. And there has been weeks where I think I'm definitely going to have gained here, and I haven't. And I think that there's, again, another couple of factors to that. I think my metabolism is probably sped up because of the way I eat and what I eat and how I'm handling food. So if I do have a day where I have something a bit dodgy, it doesn't affect me. I don't know about you, but when I was a big person, I would always be around people that were sort of like a normal size and be like, how can you eat so much? Like I've got a mate who can demolish all of his food on his plate and all the food that I leave, and his missus's food she leaves, and just demolish all of it and never gain any weight. And there's people like that exist, and that's fine. But now I'm like, I have one day where I've never eat that much, but I eat more than I thought I'd ever be able to with the sleeve. And I'm like, it's gonna really affect me. And I'm gonna weigh myself the next week or something, and I've lost 3 pounds, and I'm like, what? How did I get away with that? And it's just like, people live like that all the time. It's like the problem I had before is I didn't have a limit and I didn't know when to stop, and I'd emotionally eat all the time, and overall would eat too much to a point where I would gain weight and have excess weight and become obese. And that's the problem. Like it's when it becomes a food addiction. Being able to enjoy your food like a normal person and then having a food addiction where you overeat all the time, it's 2 different things. So now, yes, I can enjoy food that I like to eat, but I don't overdo it and never do anymore. I can't physically overdo it. That's where the sleeve helps, because it tells you when you're done. And I've learned to be able to leave food, and if it's in a scenario where I can take it away with me and have the rest the next day, I will do that, because I don't like to waste food. But sometimes, I have to waste food. Like, I'm going to have to throw it away. Like, you've just got to come to terms with that. And that was hard for me, but I'm there now, and my mentality is transformed, and it's changed everything. So, and I'm glad that I can eat this naughty stuff still every now and then. It means I can just have a normal life. I can integrate with everyone else. No one notices anymore. Like, it stops becoming a conversation of me having my weight loss surgery amongst friends. It's just the part of my new self. Like, I can integrate. We can go out and it never come up in conversation. No one's looking at what I'm eating. No one's thinking about, what can Adam have from this plate? I just integrate. It works. Nothing. It's like I've lost all this weight and I am just a everyday person, and that is it, full stop. And I couldn't dream for anything else. I didn't think it was going to be like that, and I'm glad it is, because I can just get on with it now. I do want to talk about mental health and comfort eating. It's not all been plain sailing. There has been times where I've been like up, down in the dumps. So partly one of the reasons I've not posted some of the videos I've recorded is because I just thought they've come across so negative, because I went through a phase of not feeling too great, and I want it to be. I want the messages I get across to be positive, but I do think you have to be honest as well. And there has been times where I've been depressed and I've wanted to comfort eat, or I have stress. But the great thing about the sleeve is it's only so much of that you can do until it starts really affecting you. Like, the damage I would have done before having a sleeve would have been a 12-inch pizza, but a full jar of Ben and Jerry's and a litre of full fat Coke. I can't do any of that now. I could manage one slice of pizza, probably a quarter of a tub of Ben and Jerry's and a can of Coke. Like, if I'm going to choose the crap stuff, I still can't eat loads of it. Like, and that then means it doesn't have as big as an impact. And because I know how to lose weight now, and I know how to address those days. If I do have a bad day or bad 2 days, I get back on my feet. I don't beat myself up about it, and I get back up and I make up for it. I'll have 2 days of similar to what I did as a liver shrinkage diet. Like, I'll have shake for breakfast. I'll have a bit of protein with some salad, and I'll call it a day. And I'll just do that for 2 days, and I make up anything that I've undone by having that 2 bad days. I've undone that. So then it's not made a difference. And I look at the scales the next week and I've still lost 3 pounds. So like, it's about education, and it's about how you're never going to always be in a position where you're going to be able to eat healthy all the time. Socially, emotionally, any scenario, people are allowed to eat crap food. They make it. There's all this fast food out there. There's all this terrible food out there that people eat. The people that have a problem with it are the ones that eat it all the time and become massive. There's people I know, every day they can, they've got moderation down to a T. They don't have that crap all the time. And that's how you got to live your life. And that's how I'm living my life. And I love it. I love every minute of it. What's next for me is I want to shift that extra stone. Once I've shift that last stone, I'm going to try and just maintain for a bit, maybe. Though I am doing a lot of exercise. So any weight I lose naturally after that, I'll keep an eye on the scale still. Any weight that I lose after that, I'll basically follow it until it stops. So I'll keep losing. I'm going to deliberately try and lose another stone. And then after that, I'm going to just go into maintenance mode where I don't watch it so much. And if I still lose weight, I'll see where it gets to and then maintain strictly once it gets to that weight. Sounds really complicated, but I hope you know what I mean. And that's my plan. That's what. And I'm not going to put a time limit on it. I would like it to be within. I mean, if it gets to July, which would be the year I've had a full year since I've had the operation, and I still struggle to lose that last stone, I'd be disappointed. But I'm not putting too much pressure on myself now. I'm just going to go to work, enjoy the work. I'm going to socialise. I'm going to skate. I'm going to surf. And all the things I set out to do, and just enjoy my life. I will do another video, and it'll be when I have reached my target, and I'll update you on that scenario. But for now, I think I've covered like most of it. I hope it's been informative, and yeah, I'll see you next time. No outro music, didn't pay for the license. Bye.